Are children directly being targeted by either the regime or rebel forces that you know of or that you've heard?
Through our work for the last year with the children in the region and the surrounding countries around Syria, yes, all the testimonies of the children, it has been repeated and consistent that children are targeted, either intentionally or unintentionally. But for us, as Save the Children, we care that children are affected and we care about the long-term impact of the war on children.
What is the long-term impact on them?
I can tell you about the stories we're hearing from children we're meeting in the neighboring countries in Jordan and Lebanon, and the stories about the girl who has been beaten for 2 days, or the other boy who's 14, Omar, who has seen other children, his cousins and his friends, being used as a human shield. Those children, they still wake up at night, they're screaming. Sometimes even that we're implementing activities for them, psychosocial activities, education activities, we're providing them with the humanitarian support, but still it will take time to see the impact of the war like fading away. The children are still waking up with nightmares. They're really hesitant to participate in any activities. Sometimes they worried even to have friends because they might lose these friends because of another war or another incident or another atrocity against children.
And these are the children that have been granted access to humanitarian support. But what about those that many authorities or many organizations can't get to? What is the situation like for them?
Thank you for your question, and that's exactly what we're launching this campaign today, because we have been working with the children, as you said, who were maybe, if we can say, the luckiest one to have access to the humanitarian support. But we know that there are around 2.5 million inside Syria who need humanitarian support, and we have around 1.2 who are internally displaced in Syria, and very, very little humanitarian support is allowed to access, and due to the security situation, it's almost impossible to reach for these children. We are worried that these children, from the reports we're receiving from the ones who are crossing the borders and arriving to Lebanon, they're telling us, like Najwa told us last week, that she has been for 3 days without water, no access to food, they have no fuel, they have seen people killed around them. So humanitarian access is essential. We have to document all the violations that are happening to be able to report, because this violence against children cannot continue.
Well, Ruba, give us an idea. Also, you understand that within even the refugee camps, some 2/3 of the people that are in the refugee camps are children.
We have in Lebanon, we don't have camps, but we have refugees all over the eastern and the northern borders. In Lebanon, the statistics show that 51% of the registered refugees are children. In Jordan, it's a little bit higher. It's around 53% of registered refugees being children, which shows the level of, and when we say children, we're saying 0 to 18, so it's a large number of children. We have in Lebanon and Jordan almost the registered figures I'm mentioning only here, we have above 120,000 registered. So we're talking about 60,000 children registered, and we estimate a similar number of non-registered who have been affected directly by the violence inside Syria and who had to flee to neighboring countries. The number inside Syria of the children affected is even much larger.